Hi there, it's Katerina again. I am just here to give you a kind of brief just overview on how I cooked chicken gizzards for the first time. I have never ever eaten anything like this before. I actually never would have growing up, even when my mother tried to get me to eat things like liver or gizzards or head cheese or blood soup, because my family is Czechoslovakian and that's kind of some of the stuff that they liked. But no, that just was never a thing for me. So for me to sit here today and tell you that I made chicken gizzards and ate them is a huge feat, but I did, and they were delicious. And I don't have any kind of recipe that I followed. I kind of just get a little overwhelmed when I was out there looking at all the different recipes and stuff. Again, I am a brand new carnivore. I had been a vegetarian turned vegan for over 10 years, and this is literally overnight I started trying to eat meat. And these are all new things for me. Even before, if I would have ate meat back then, I still wouldn't have cooked this. But just kind of walk you through real quick the steps that I took, and I will tell you now, they turned out amazing. I will definitely be making them again, and I hope this helps if you want to kind of try to eat them and you haven't found a recipe yet that you like, or maybe they're a little overwhelming like it is for me because there's so many different things out there. So that being said, I'll go ahead and get right into it, but thank you for watching. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is just a pack of chicken gizzards that I had gotten from Walmart, and I'm just going to go ahead and separate them into this bowl. I'm just making sure none of them are clumped together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover them in a saltwater solution. So I have got some Redmond salt here, and I don't measure. I just poured it in there and whatever looked good. And then I'm going to put the water in there, cover them, make sure they're completely covered, and stir them up. But as I'm stirring them, I realize or decide that I don't think that there's actually enough salt in there. So here I come in adding some more. Again, not measuring. And as I had said, they're going to go ahead and sit here for about 30 minutes on the counter. I don't know if it would make a difference if they stayed longer. I don't know enough about it yet. But I did decide that I'm going to put them in the pressure cooker. So what I'm doing here off camera is just rinsing them out in that little strainer to get the excess salt water off of them. And then I'm, like I said, not positive exactly how long to put them in here, but I do know I need to add some fluid. So here I am pulling out some homemade bone broth that I made. Not positive why I felt like you needed to see my horrible handwriting on the top there, but you know, there it is. And I don't measure again, just throw some in there. It's very gelatinous and thick, just like it's supposed to be. So here I am struggling to put the lid on my Instapot as if I have no idea what I'm doing. And I am just putting it on manual pressure, and I picked about, I think, 25 to 30 minutes. I am not positive if that was the right amount. It seemed like it would be enough considering they're so tiny, and I saw conflicting numbers on anything that I looked at. So here I am just releasing the steam, manually. I did pull it away so it wouldn't hit my cupboards above, but do be careful. The steam is very, very hot. And this is always one of my favorite things to do with people who don't know that you can hook your lid to your Instapot in the handle there. Super happy that I discovered that. And now I'm just kind of draining them, and then I do try to get them up close enough where you can get a good picture of them, but my camera's just kind of too far away for that. And now is where I'm going to actually make my pork panko. I don't have any of the store-bought pork panko, so I am just going to blend some up out of pork rinds that I got from Sam's Club. And I struggle with this bowl on here. I have it right, then I turn it and it's backwards. I corrected that off camera because embarrassing. I don't use my food processor a whole lot anymore, but apparently I didn't remember how to use it. I did not measure how many pork skins or pork rinds to put in here, but I did snack on one for good measure there. And I'm going to go ahead and dump the ones that I had practiced on the other day. I just kind of wanted to see how it worked, so I whipped up a batch, which makes it even more embarrassing that I couldn't get the bowl on right because I had just used it the other day. I pulsed it a few times. It just wasn't getting the consistency that I want, so I just ran it until it got a really nice fine powder. And here I am just getting it ready and cleaning off my food processor because now I'm gonna make the egg wash. Don't ask me why I had that plastic bag or what I thought I was gonna do with it, but you know, I mean, my mind is scary. So as for the eggs, again, I had no idea how many to use. I just threw some in there. I used both the whites and the yellow part of the egg. I know some people have problems with the white part, but right now it doesn't appear to be bothering me. Here I am wielding my tub of bacon grease in my cast iron pan. I cook just about everything in a cast iron pan. I love them. That might be too much bacon grease, I don't know, but it does get better because I decided out of the blue here that I was going to add even more bacon grease to the actual gizzards, which is what you're going to see me doing here. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe I saw this on the internet somewhere. I don't know, but it seemed like a good idea. I put it in there, stirred it all up really good, and added some seasoning, thinking that maybe that would cause the seasoning to stick to them better. Again, I really think that this part could probably be left out, but I don't know because they turned out great, like I said in the beginning of the video. But here I am just, you know, stirring that up really good, adjusting the temperature of my pan so that it's good and hot, and here is the dipping in egg wash and then into the homemade pork panko. I actually won't go through the whole process. I had a huge bowl of these gizzards. I just gonna show you how I completely overloaded my pan. I know that you're probably not supposed to have so many in there. They probably would have fried up better had I not, but you know, I mean, I'm just gonna do this thing. And here I'm trying to move them all around with a fork. Again, might be a better way to do it, but they are all done. And this is kind of funny because you can see my face. I just have no idea if this is what's gonna happen here. I even go so far as to sniff it, you know, the old sniff test. I don't know what I was thinking I might smell, but I did just throw it in there, and you see in a second the realization that, hey, wait a second, these are not bad. I actually called my husband in for him to come try them out. He's gonna come around the corner in a second, and he always has his sleeves like pulled way up on his shoulders, so you hear me telling him, hey, I'm recording, pull your sleeves down. I guess he thinks he's some kind of muscly bodybuilder, I don't know. But here I am seasoning it up for him so that they have, because believe it or not, the seasoning that I put on with the bacon grease did not seem to affect it at all. I don't know if he sniffed it or blew on it there, but you can see he's starting to realize, hey, wait a second, these are okay. And he's actually asking me about them, and then there goes another one. So that was a really good sign for me. He's telling me, yeah, they're great. He would definitely eat them. And as I walk away from the counter here for a second to grab something, you can actually see him come sneaking back around to grab a couple more. So that right there is all of the encouragement I need. I can tell that they are delicious because, wow, they're. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed watching that video and all of my complete goof ups. I never said I was a chef, that's for sure. I don't know if you have tried chicken gizzards or livers before, if this is a similar way that you cook them already, but if not, I encourage you to try this, even if you are experienced. They turned out so tender, so amazing. The seasoning was just right. You probably could have left off all of that extra bacon grease that I added, but I didn't know, and it just seemed like it was the thing to do. But yeah, please go ahead and try it. Comment, tell me how you liked it. If you have any more ideas of things that you would like me to try, as when it comes to meat, I am relatively a newbie on most of it. You know, even back those years before, I probably ate, you know, the hamburger, hot dogs, that type of thing, but never really was much of a big meat eater. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, things that you want me to try, comment down below and let me know. And if any of this is interesting to you, or you just want to follow around my goofy journey on my path to wellness, then I encourage you to subscribe. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and until next time.